this movie started to make a lot of money. People started to preach about this. People started to say, oh my God, it's amazing. For instance, Danny Jones was even considered for an Oscar, and this film was like, whoa, guys, wait a minute. And again, this was the rise of the fanboys, because I was saying that, guys, it was good, but this is not really doing the proper and justified service for what Iron Man is. Really. Because at the end of the day, this was pretty much a comedy, really. Yes, it had dramatic elements, but Iron Man 1, it was pretty much a comedy. The fanboys, what they want, feeding the fans and all this stuff. And I was like, look, I don't want to be in that base. I don't want to be really in that kind of pigeonhole of like the fanboys, because I don't feel that I'm a fanboy, because that is a demeaning and a derogatory term. He doesn't really need to do that much to please the fanboys. And he's right, because after I watched this one, I went on superhero hype, one of the main fanboy hubs, and I was looking at what guys were saying about Iron Man 2, and some people who I think have been smoking crack were saying that Iron Man 2 should be nominated for an Oscar. Whether it can be nominated for an Oscar. Iron Man 2, the film that we all watched, Oscar. So, Saving Private Ryan, Gladiator, Oscar. Best Picture, Oscar. That thing. So that's why Jon Favreau knows that he doesn't need to do that much to appease the fanboys. And the thing is that he is making these films for the fanboys, because that the fanboys are the guys who are going to give this thing 400, 500 million, so therefore this would be a green light to do a third film. He does not care about the product in and of itself. He does not respect the creativity in and of itself. I won't lie to you. I'm not going to lie to you. 15 minutes into this film, I was like, what the hell am I watching? That's what I was honestly thinking. I was like, what the hell am I watching? Am I watching a Downey Jr. Bear Grylls being an author or being a creator? You are creating characters. And if you're doing something for those characters, you therefore should respect what those characters are. Yes, it's a film, and things obviously should change for film, but there are some things that are not that they can't be changed. You can't change the core character of someone. You just can't. For me, like Tony Stark is not a guy who just cracks jokes. Okay, they don't believe in themselves as people. They are happy for Jon Favreau and Danny Jr. to tell them what Iron Man is. It's as simple as that. It's as simple. But no, really, no. But see, you have to watch. Even if you do it anyway, you can obviously don't divulge how you're going to watch it. You have to just watch this Iron Man 2 because it's shocking.
Well,
it's shocking. The film is shocking.
Listen, if I catch it, I catch it. If I don't, no big deal. And this is Iron Man.
Oh, no, of course.
This is coming from a guy who enjoyed the first one, and I just don't get it. And you know what the problem I think is? It's like, and someone has said this before, but it's like, you have scenes that are outright slapstick, right? And then you throw these scenes in there that are downright 100% like serious. You know what I'm saying? Like, you watch Iron Man 1, and you see the scene where Tony Stark is like using a screwdriver to like calibrate his gloves and whatnot, and then he shoots the glass in his basement. He has this serious, and I'm sitting there, I'm like, okay, this scene is out of place for the entire movie. So it's like, are you trying to be serious? Are you trying to be slapstick? Are you trying to be comedic? And it's like, what are you trying to do here? Because I'm going to call these guys out on everything. Transformers 3, your character is going to be dark. People will sit there, they will listen to this radio show, they will listen to the Talkback members talk, and they'll say that we talk too much. Oh, you're taking this too seriously. It's just a movie. Guys, do you know how good this stuff could be? How are you going to sit there and tell me that we're taking this too seriously, and this thing made $52 million on Friday, 2 days ago?
Come on. Come on.
It's just part of that machine. It's like, it's just the powers that be, they put it out there through movies, through entertainment, that all of this comic book stuff is silly, it's for nerds, etc. And, I'm going to tell everyone right now here fully, I read novels, I read books, I read comic books, I read graphic novels. out of all of them, the best stories you're going to find are in comic books.
100%.
People want you to believe that this stuff is silly, it's colorful, it's not to be taken seriously, and it's a shame.
Yeah.
It's a shame.
No. For Iron Man 2, you really need to be switched on, and your brain really needs to be fully aware and alive to understand why this thing is extremely damaging for comic books. Extremely damaging. Because Iron Man 2 is like, literally like, I'm pretty sure that the guy sat on the toilet and wrote that script. Or I think John Favreau maybe like that happened in like one day or something like that, because there's such a lack of effort, no insight, nothing into this thing. So I thought it is such a dangerous film, because this movie, it's good. Look guys, C1, Wake Up, this film is going to make cash. It's going to make cash, you know. And the question is, how much cash will this movie make? Because if the movie makes a lot of cash, there really is no hope for quality comic book films. Wake Up, he wrote that very interesting thing on Talkback. Because look, back in the days, you know, when you were reading comic books and everything like that, you know, the fact that people still frown upon comics. Yes, it's cool now, but still, when the lights are down, when the cameras are away, women still frown upon comic books. They still feel that comics are stupid, and you're still a geek for reading a comic book. And the fact is that these people, they just will never, I don't think they will ever have respect for the artistry and the imagination of comics, because comics, some of the stories in comics are some of the greatest stories you'll ever read. And the amount of creativity in some comics is the most of the things you'll ever see. Which is why you see guys like, Bryan Singer will talk up and he'll talk down. He'll talk left, he'll talk right. Bryan Singer doesn't understand or fully respect comics. Hence why you got X1 and X2.
You balance and get right. But Daredevil is another prime example of how when you've got one guy who's really into this, like a fan, a genuine fan, how, I don't know, you need someone, he didn't really have a vision for it, if that makes sense, and that's why it fundamentally failed. You know, and it leads to the other question is, will there ever really genuinely be any good comic book adaptations or comic book based movies?
These guys, they are tricksters. So, I mean, look, I'm just getting frustrated with all this stuff because I don't know, the same names keep getting thrown around, and it's like, why can't there's no excuse for any of this. And maybe people just don't, maybe people don't care as much as I do, but it's like, man, I'm seeing the potential for all of this stuff.
If those fans of Comic-Con, like what Steven was saying, if they took up the mic and says, John Favreau, what the bloody hell are you doing? I mean, I don't want to watch some slapstick crap. Respect the material, because what you're giving me is a lot of crap. If a guy said that, people are like, whoa, what the hell? And if more people thought like that, and if more fans said, no, whatever I saw was crap. John Favreau, either you take this stuff seriously or you get the hell out, things will change.
These guys are not dumb. They're playing it exactly the way they want it. They knew throwing Scarlett Johansson in this movie, the profits went up 20%. They knew.
Yeah.
So it's not about being smart or dumb. Actually, it's being smart, what they're doing. Because they know they can make Iron Man 2 in 2010, they can release Iron Man 3 in 2012, they can utterly destroy it, and then reboot it, make another 3 movies, and get my money 3 more times.
Yep.
Just like with
That's
just
it.
like with X-Men. It's not being dumb. You can't call them stupid. How can you call these guys dumb?
It's not orange, the future is dark for comic books and comics, either. Because after Iron Man 2, I really have no hope. I mean, I don't think, I give up with this